Billy Cheesesteak here, back inside of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, doing an achievement I should have done a while ago, or at least a guide for it, Ferrum Absconsum. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that correctly. So anyway, there are 3 intels per mission. This one's an induction. This is right when you get to that staircase. It's a good early on in the mission. Just walk up into this Korean restaurant up and to the right, and that'll be your first piece of intel. Later on, you will come to this cross street around here. You'll see the Sakura house. I don't know if it's a tea house or whatever the hell it is. It's in this plaza square here. It's kind of hard to miss. You will walk in here. You'll kill a bunch of guys. I have already done the latter half of that. But anyway, if you go up the stairs here, now I did, of course, since I killed him and backtracked to record this, the guy followed me. So, yay, teammates. At least the AI is getting a little bit better in these games. But anyway, you go to the top floor here, and sitting on the floor is our next laptop, our second intel, and that is number 2 of 45. Now our third and final for the mission induction is when we get to this waterfall area here. You'll have to go up there anyway, but instead of going up, we're going to go right through here and go into this room, and sitting right behind on this desk is our third and final intel for the mission induction. Now, we are on the mission Atlas. This is right after we rescue the quote-unquote president, because of course, spoiler alert, it's a sim. But anyway, if you walk through here and go into the bathroom, you can do this after the first run or second run, doesn't matter. Here will be your fourth intel. Now, after Jeremy Irons drops you off here, I forgot to speed through this part, but hey, magic of video editing, right? Plus, it's probably my final video, at least in the current video editor I'm currently using. Finally got myself a good one. Cost me a pretty penny, though. Yeah. Anyway, so we see the Atlas logo here. We're going to run straight on back into the right side guardhouse, or at least our right, left if you're when you're coming in. And sitting on the table here will be our second of this mission's intel. Now the third intel for this mission, as soon as we come into the armory, this is right before you go back into the sim, we're going to take a right. Right here, you already pulled your weapon. You'll take a right and pick up the intel sitting next to this hollow table. At least I think that's what they call it. Not quite sure. Anyway, that's our final one for that. So anyway, we are in traffic. You go into this area, you're going to have to plant that sensor here anyway. But before you do, come over here to the left-hand side, and sitting here will be our first intel for the mission. Collect it, and it'll be number 7 of 45. Our second one is when we come into this square right here. You'll notice it. You'll see the intel here. And next to these soda machines, come up these stairs, will be our next intel. Sorry I didn't show a bunch. I was getting shot at. You actually get shot at by a truck. So right after that. You will come to this square. It's our third and final intel for this area. I thought I killed everyone in here, but it turns out I missed a guy. Yep, that guy. But anyway, once you do get to the part where it says climb, don't climb right away. Go ahead and turn around and look next to this box, and you'll find our third intel for the mission. That's number 9 of 45. Next, we are on to fission. When you get into this area here, this decontamination area, go ahead and shoot this window out. Walk in and come over here, and there will be our next intel. You will come here anyway. This is scripted. So that's 10 of 45. Now on to number 11. You will come into this area right here. I cleared out all but a few enemies. This is the same room that you use the drone to kill a bunch of enemies, and you'll miss like 1 or 2 guys. And sitting on these crates over here on the right-hand side will be our next intel. Number 11 of 45. Moving on, our final intel for the mission is when you see this big old vault door, we're going to run on out, and instead of going down right away, we're going to follow this catwalk here, and sitting at the very end of the catwalk on a spool of wire is our last intel for fission. And that gives us 12 of 45 at the end. Next, we're going to Aftermath. This is after you lose your gun, you have to kind of crawl around, you can only melee. We're going to come into this room right here. Well, this is scripted. Anyway, let this guy pass, and we're going to come outside of this door, and immediately before we enter the room this guy is currently in, and we can melee him, we're going to go through and sit and take a left, and sitting over here is our next intel item, actually our first of the mission intel. Very easy one. You can almost miss it. Alright, number 14. As soon as you get outside again, you will see these guard houses, and you'll have to come out here anyway and accelerate timeline. This is after you get outside. You can kill these guys as fast as you want. This is a nice area to grind out some of the adrenaline or whatever it's called, kill overdrive. But inside of this guardhouse over here on the far left is our next intel in the last station. And that is number 14 of 45, I think, right? Something. Anyway, in Aftermath, when you get to the breaching point, you're going to come into this room over here, and sitting over on this filing cabinet, I assume, is our 15th intel, and that'll be our last one for Aftermath. Next, we are on Manhunt. When you get to the part with the drone and suit up, do not suit up. Instead, walk outside, and you will see on the right-hand side our first intel for Manhunt. Now, this is actually right before you get to the 3 birds, 1 stone, whatever that mission is called. Anyway, this is after the drone gets destroyed. You will come into this area around here, and there will be this house, 2nd level. There is a ammo dump up here, so just keep that in mind as a point of reference. But sitting next to the bed is our next intel. You will come here anyway to continue with the mission. That gives us 17. Now, during the sniper portion, you will know when this is. Also, this is a great place to grind out the EMP grenade kills. In this restaurant over here, right behind the counter, is our next intel, which is kind of a, let's be honest, kind of a strange place to put it. Yay. Utopia. After a little interview that Irons does with the reporter lady, we will then continue, we will finally get control of our character, whose name eludes me because I'm doing this after I do not technically am playing this game anymore. Yay, for collectibles at least. So anyway, as soon as you get control, go 180 degrees, walk behind you, behind the Atlas desk here, and pick up the intel. It'll be our first intel for the mission. Now, I'm originally glad I didn't delete the source file for this, but this is a little bit later on, and you will come to this area where you can roof hop. Now, look for this scaffolding over in this area over here. You'll have to turn that corner and continue with the mission. However, go into this shop. People will cower in fear from you, but sitting on this coffee table here will be our 20th intel. Now, we will now go into, this is the final for the mission. You'll see these spinning containers. You'll kill these guys real quick. But before you climb up those scaffoldings there with your grappling hook, you're going to break through this glass here and grab the intel. That'll be number 21, and it'll be our final one for the mission. Now, Sentinel, this is very early on. You'll see this kind of a break here, originally from my grapple kills video for this one, or Party Crasher. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head because I don't have the file in front of me. But anyway, as soon as you get in here, before uploading the virus here, collect the intel. That'll be our first one for the mission of Sentinel. Go ahead and continue with the mission. Now, you will come to this room, continue on with the mission until you get to this room. You'll see this guy basically, and in the face. But anyway, what we're going to want to do is come over here and grab the intel sitting next to this nice flintlock gun collection that Irons has collected, which why he put it here, I will never know. Why not put it in his good house? I mean, maybe, this seems like kind of a business house in my personal opinion. But anyway, if you've been following along with me, you should have half of the intel for this. So you should have close to 23. That'll give you your first achievement for this video guide, which is History in the Making. But anyway, as soon as you have that achievement unlocked, we're going to continue on collecting the third and final one. You'll come to this area where it says On Me. This is kind of a warehouse. Crawl through here and just go ahead and grab this intel before continuing to follow our old mentor, whose name eludes me even though I just saw it in front of me. So anyway, Crash. You will get to this point here where you have to, you'll get here. Let's just put it that way. This is at the very beginning. After doing some quick time event-like things, kill some guys. But as soon as you do, go over to these crates on the right-hand side. You'll see it there out of the periphery of my vision here. Go ahead and come over here. You'll see a bunch of weapons and an intel. That's our first one for Crash. That gives us 25 of 45. Next time, we'll come into these caves. This is scripted. Go ahead and kill these guys quickly, or at least kill the first 2 guys. Let your teammates take care of the rest. But jump over here. And sitting over on this ledge here will be our next second intel. And that'll give us 28. Now, number 29, you'll come out of the caves here. You'll go through this whole spiel. You're going to have to do it anyway. But anyway, once you do get through all of this, do note I have sped this up, though I could have cut it. Don't know why I didn't. But hey, maybe that's just because I'm lazy and stuff. But let's just go with I wanted to leave it in here. You'll get to come through a scripted falling between, below the ice thing. You're going to come up topside. Your buddy will save you, pretend to kill you, kill them. And as soon as you get control of your character, to then grab the Stinger missile, which should be happening here any second, We're going to go for the Stinger missile. And it's actually right next to the helicopter here. Or, sorry, VTOL. Yeah, Advanced Warfare. Why it's called helicopter still. Anyway, grab the Stinger here, and at the front of the aircraft is our intel. That's our final one for the mission. That gives us 27 of 45. Biolab, again, 3 of them. Now, this is a scripted event. You'll be running automatically. But anyway, just keep running. Just keep running. Just keep swimming. And as soon as you get to this first house, grab the intel. Doesn't matter if you die or not. It really doesn't. But you'll still have the intel. That gives you 28 of 45. Later on, you will get in the facility. You'll come to this room here. There'll be a bunch of guys. You'll see that emergency thing. Go over to the right-hand side here. You may have to kill some guys if you haven't already killed them. And sitting in this room on the right-hand side will be our second of 3 intels. Now, number 30. We are now going into the final area. Not exactly sure what this exactly is. You'll come to this kind of a transitionary point. Climb over. You may have to jump a little bit. You may have to go into this area instead. But anyway, at the very back of it, this is right before you get in the tank. Just point of reference. Grab it. That is number 30. Now, collapse. You will have to... Got a text. Yay. Anyway, sitting inside this car, very beginning of the mission, after you finish driving, will be our 31st piece of intel. After that, we'll now continue up to this. Look for this little sign up here. You're going to have to jump dash, before you smash. That specific type move. But anyway, try to get up on top of one of these rolling... I don't exactly know what these are. But anyway, double jump and dash over. Get on top of here. It may take you 1 or 2 tries. But once you do, go ahead and grab the intel. And it'll be number 32. Number 33 is at the very end. You'll see these helicopters. They're all friendlies. But anyway, before you continue past these helicopters, as soon as you pass them, no going back, go on to this cart here. Don't know why there's a cart on the Golden Gate Bridge. Kind of weird. But anyway, grab it anyway. That'll give you number 33. Armada. Now, as soon as you... This will be shortly after you start the mission. You go through a bunch of stuff. As soon as you get to the bridge, they'll kind of say, hey, look, here's the bridge. There you go. That's number 34. Number 35, I think, but I might be looking at the numbers wrong. I might have kind of an issue with memory. Anyway, once you get to the scaffolding here... This will be after you get that Man Overboard achievement. Come over here, and instead of continuing forward, head to the right, and sitting on top of this console here will be our next intel. Oh, it was 35. Would you look at that? Number 36, so this will be in the final area of the mission, right before you take control of the turrets. You'll come through this room anyway. So anyway, once you reach the top here, sitting on the holo table here will be our final intel for the mission. Just grab it right before you do the turrets, and you'll be on your way. Cormac, that's his name. Throttle. There are 2 confusing ones in this one, and 1 very easy. Now, as soon as you get to this point here, this is early on in the mission, you'll come to our far right here, and we're going to want to grab this. This is, again, after the airplane ride. So as soon as you get full control of your character, that's where you go. Yay. Alright, this is the confusing one. As soon as you get to this plaza here, it is kind of confusing. What you want to do is you want to grapple up to this edge here. It may take you 1 or 2 tries to get it right. But anyway, once you do, you're going to grapple 1 more time to go up, or double jump. And sitting on this table here, in the middle of nowhere, where it has no godly business being, will be our 38th intel. Now, number 39. This will be after you kill some ASTs. You'll come from that direction over there. I'm getting shot. Anyway, you'll come up here anyway. You'll kill an AST or 2. And we're going to walk all the way over onto this, what looks like a bench, and go to said bench and grab the intel. And that'll give us number 39. Now we're going on to captured. As soon as you get a weapon, as soon as you see these guys, you'll that heavy-handed video guide I made. This is actually a break I had in there. That's just why it's in here. But anyway, go over here and grab the intel in this room, and you will continue on to fight more guys. That gives us 40 to 45. Yay! You will come to this room over here. This is a, again, scripted event. You will help him open the door. And as soon as, again, you get full control of your character as soon as he charges him, go over here and grab the intel right away, of course, because it becomes annoying when you're getting shot at. But anyway, that'll be our next intel. Now, our final intel. You will come into this room. This is scripted. You do not have to worry about this in any way, shape, or form. The only thing you really have to do is not get inside the AST. If you get inside the AST, it becomes a little difficult to then grab the intel. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's recommended to grab it first before getting in the AST. But anyway, after this little micro cutscene here, we're going to turn around, and hey look, there's our intel. That's the final one for captured. But that gives us 42 of 45, and we are on the final 3. Too bad it isn't the final 2. Anyway, as soon as you get into the base, this is after you go under the water, this is where you have to go to continue. Instead of going forward to continue, screw that, we're going to the right, and sitting on this bar here, actually this is a table, I thought it was a bar at the time, we're going to grab it, and that is intel number 43. Intel number 44, when you get into this area here, this is a multi-level area, as soon as you get into this lower area, head immediately to your left, and head straight forward. Again, head straight forward, kill as many of these guys as you can, again, because if you die, you have to restart all of this. Ignore the first area here, not actually go through this area, sorry, and into the first room on your left, as soon as you enter here, will be our next intel. Technically, it's on the other side. I could have grabbed it across the table, but I didn't because why not? Now, our final intel, which will unlock the Ferrum Absconsum achievement, will be when you enter this room. You'll have a checkpoint done. This is one of the more annoying checkpoints prior to this, so just, yeah, a lot of enemies. Anyway, just grab this intel in here before you continue, and before you make it down this hallway, if you make it down this hallway, you kind of miss the intel, you have to go back. But once you do, you will have the achievement Ferrum Absconsum and History in the Making, and that'll give you a whopping, I think it was 45 gamer score total. But anyway, there you guys go, all 45 intels. Thank you guys for watching. If this helped you, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And as always, have a great and beautiful day, and hopefully I will see you guys all next time.